Hey everyone, my name is Jeff, and in today's video I'm going to be comparing the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 to the Galaxy Watch 7. We're going to be doing a hands-on overview of both of these watches, as well as exploring the specs, some of the features, pricing, going through all that. So let's dive into it. Both watches, the 8 and the 7, are available in two different sizes, 40 millimeters or 44 millimeters. What you're looking at here on screen are the 40 millimeter versions of these watches. What they've done is completely done a redesign here on the body of the watch for the Galaxy Watch 8. And I just want to show you guys the Galaxy Watch 8 overview. So on this side, we've got some little slots. These are probably microphones / speakers. You can see that we've got the raised up screen. But now we have the aluminum build that is going around the screen. The screen still is circular, but the backing that they've created for the watch here is they're calling it a squircle sizing, because it's got the rounded edges, but it's basically a square sitting underneath our circle. On this side of the watch, you do have two buttons. And let's take a look and compare this to the Galaxy Watch 7. So on this one, you had the circular raised screen, and you can see here there is nothing on this left side whatsoever. As we kind of look around it, the body itself, aluminum, but again, it flows right along with the screen. On this one, we have two buttons, and then we have I'm going to say it's our microphone that's right there in the middle. So just kind of comparing both of these guys together, it is definitely a different look for the body on the Galaxy Watch 8. Let me know down in the comments, are you a fan of the redesign, or are you not a fan of the redesign? I'll let you know my thoughts at the end of this video. Let's flip over to the back of the watches, and as you can see here, very similar layout as far as the sensors, but they have changed some stuff. The Galaxy Watch 8, and I'll be putting this on my wrist here shortly, has a flatter design to it. On the 7, there is this bulkier backing. And actually, let's just put these two side by side so you can see, or I'm going to say on top of each other. And although the 8 does have the sensors peeking out at the bottom, there is definitely a lot more rounded edge on the 7. And I will say that is a little bit more noticeable, not only when I'm wearing the 7 watch on my wrist, but also if you want this to do sleep tracking for you. It's a little bit more uncomfortable having all those sensors kind of digging underneath the watch versus the flatter 8. Let's put these two together here, and you can see even how the 7 is rocking back and forth because there is so much underneath it. They figured out a way to really reduce that on the 8. Here is a close-up look at the back of both of these watches. And again, very similar backings, but slightly different in design. So both of these watches have the sapphire crystal glass to them. The Galaxy Watch 8 is brighter than the Galaxy Watch 7. So Galaxy Watch 8 is at 3000 nits brightness, whereas, or can go up to that. The Watch 7 could go up to 2000. I did want to show you, I've got the brightness up on both of these watches all the way up. They both look very similar. Again, this watch face that I'm using is just a little bit brighter. Both of these are very vibrant. Inside, probably not a huge difference. Outside in the sun, it would be interesting to see if this looks that much brighter, easier to read than the 7. So next, let's talk about watch bands. Unfortunately, Samsung has changed the way the watch bands go on to the Galaxy Watch 8. You'll notice here that there's little buttons on the inside of the actual watch itself. The buttons on the 7 and previous versions were actually on the bands. What this means is that, unfortunately, these bands, and I'll even show you, are not compatible with the 8. So what this means is if you're planning on upgrading from the 7 to the 8, and you're someone like myself that over time has just started accumulating all these wonderful watch bands from your previous Galaxy watches, you have basically just given yourself some paperweights. So on the 7, you could just push the button and then that would release this band, that would pop it off. Note the extra kind of prong pieces that would stick out on this. We're going to go ahead and remove this band as well. Pushing that button would just kind of push in these pins, and those pins would sit in these little prongs sticking out. The way they've structured the Galaxy Watch 8, you still have buttons to push, but again, these are on the actual watch itself, not on any prongs. And let's take a closer look at the watch band. You'll notice there's no pins included with this anymore. There is this metal piece that's in the center of the band, and then when I would push this button on the watch itself, you'll notice that little flap going up and down. That is what's retracting and then going down, locking in place on the watch band to hold it to the actual watch. A totally different design. So you can see here, if I try to take the watch band with the pins, there's no way that's going on this watch. Now maybe in the future, some third-party company will come out with some sort of an adapter. I would think that would be genius because they'd probably make a ton of money for people that have older bands, whether they be fabric or not, that really like those, that would like to use those on the Galaxy Watch 8. But as of right now, those bands are not compatible with the Galaxy Watch 8. I'm interested to know your thoughts. Do you think this new design is more efficient than the pins on the older bands? Was this a good decision by Samsung? Is this something that you think we're going to benefit as customers, or is this just a plot to get more money out of us to buy new bands for the latest version of their watch? So real quick, here is how the Galaxy Watch 8 looks on my wrist. Fits very good. You've got several different, this is the sports band, and of course you've got several different notches that you can size it. It does fold, the band folds underneath so that you don't have it flapping around, and that's just their standard. This is their sport band design. So here is what the Galaxy Watch 7 looks like on my wrist. You can also see that the sports band that's on this one has the same design, folds underneath, all sorts of different notches for your sizing. And if you're interested, I've done an unboxing and first impressions video of the Galaxy Watch 7. So if you're looking at picking up the 7 here and you want to know what comes with that or what the unboxing is like, be sure to check out that video that I've done on my channel. Real quick, a big shout out to Classical Music 3979, one of my recent viewers, to find Tinker in one of my recent videos. If you want to be like them, just watch for Tinker, our hidden robot, popping up somewhere during this video. He's in all the videos on this channel. If you're the first person down in the comments to let me know the correct timestamp of when he pops up in the video, you'll be getting a shout out in a future video, and I'll add your name to our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page. Let's compare specs. Galaxy Watch 8 versus the 7. Again, both of these are available in the 40 or 44 millimeters. I know it's just showing 40 here, but there is another pull down for that. What you were actually looking at was the graphite of the Galaxy Watch 8. Now they also offer it in a silver. And then with the 7, you were actually looking at the green, believe it or not, even though it looks very silver to me. The band is actually a green tinge, and there's a little bit of a green tinge to the aluminum. It also comes in a cream. So the weight on the 40 here is just slightly heavier than on the 7. The material is aluminum for both. However, they say it's the armor aluminum for the Galaxy Watch 8. They have the same processor, the Exynos W1000 in both of them. Both come with 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage. The displays are just slightly different. They have the 3000 nits brightness. I know the Galaxy Watch 7 could only do up to 2000. We've got the 1.31 and then the 1.34 for the display, so just slightly increased a little bit. And then as far as all the different health tracking sensors, with the 8, that's where they have basically included everything that's after energy score. which is going to be the vascular load. I'll show you that coming up. The antioxidant index and the running coach. All very fun additions to the watch for health tracking. Sensors are the same for both of those. The bands, we talked about how they've now changed the band design. So instead of having the pins, it's got the dynamic lug system. The user interface, both still have the 2 buttons. There is just a slightly bigger battery, the 325 milliamp hours versus the 300 in the 7. So you are getting just a little bit more battery. Haven't quite tested to see how much of a difference that makes in the actual time using the watch, but we'll see. Both watches have the same connectivity. They're available in the Wi-Fi, or you can get the LTE versions. I think the LTE versions are like $50 more. They're both running the latest version of Wear OS. Durability up to 5 ATM, IP68. Tinker, say hi to everybody since you were making noise in the background. Yeah, this is Tinker, everyone. All right, back to the video. Let's talk about some updates and changes to the watch interface, the display. Both still have the digital bezel, so you would have tiles where you could basically swipe to the left and that would reveal those. The other thing you can do to move through your different tiles is just move your finger along the edge of the screen, and that's your digital bezel to allow you to rotate through. You can do the same thing on the Watch 8, but now you'll notice that the tiles, instead of just taking up one area of the screen, allow you to scroll up or down. So basically they can put more stuff on the screen, more information to you, kind of like an updated tile interface. So both of these watches do excellent health tracking. You do get a few more options on the 8 than you do on the 7. Both of these watches are going to track things like your steps, your active minutes, your calories. You get an energy score, which is basically just giving you a number from 0 to 100 of how great you're doing based on your activity level, how much sleep you've recently gotten. It's also going to do your sleep tracking, and right now apparently I got a 69 last night, which is just fair, but it's going to analyze your sleep patterns. There are some enhanced sleep suggestions on the Galaxy Watch 8. You can do breathing exercises. If you've got a Samsung phone to connect your watch to, you can also take an ECG with both of these devices. These things will also do heart rate tracking. They will track your stress. They will also track things like your skin temperature. With the Galaxy Watch 8, they have now introduced vascular load. So you can now track your vascular load, which it basically tracks the load while you sleep to help you live a heart-healthy lifestyle. If we hit continue here, I haven't been wearing the watch enough days here. It does take wearing the Galaxy Watch 8 for at least 3 nights, and essentially what that's going to do is track trends, compare your daily result to your baseline. It's going to establish a baseline, and then it'll explore lifestyle factors so you can learn more about your lifestyle habits like your diet, sleep, and stress, which can affect your vascular load. If your vascular load is essentially getting into a higher or warning area, it's going to let you know that. So the other thing you can do on the Watch 8 is track your antioxidants, which is how much fruits and vegetables you're getting on a daily basis. What we can do here is tap into this, and it even shows you the last measurement here, which was very low. But let's go to measure, and this is kind of cool. You can check your measurement progress on your phone. You can also see the results here on the watch. To measure, press the pad of your thumb firmly on the center of the sensor on the back of the watch. We can start measuring the antioxidant index. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Cover the sensor on the back of the watch with your thumb and press firmly so you can see the lights are lighting up. I'm going to go ahead and press my thumb on here, and I can go over here, and it says that it's 56. That's my daily average, is kind of just below that. But if I want to see more information now, I can go on my phone. On the Galaxy Watch 8, they have now also added a running coach. And we can tap into this. It says, find your running level to determine which distance you're ready to train for. You'll need to complete a short survey followed by a 12-minute run that will measure your aerobic capacity. Essentially, after doing this, what the running coach is going to do is it's going to set up a bunch of runs for you, or a running plan based on your level, it's going to give you a level as well, I believe from 1 to 5. And that is just going to help you. So if you're looking for a running coach, that is now something they've added to the Galaxy Watch 8, something I'm looking forward to trying in the future. So the last upgrade that I want to just quickly talk about is Galaxy Watch 8 comes with the Gemini AI assistant, and essentially it is just another kind of upgraded version of the Bixby or Google Assistant that was on the 7. It is pretty cool. I've played around with it a little bit, and in addition to asking it for things that are simple like recipes and finding out more information or pulling up a map or something like that, it is a little bit smarter where if I was going to do things like start a run, go into my Spotify playlist, and actually swipe through the watch and do several steps of starting the run and then going and finding a playlist on Spotify and playing those, I can just use Gemini, go ahead and talk to it by just holding down this upper right button, and it's going to do those things for me. Start a 3-mile run and play my running EDM mix on Spotify. So it's going to go ahead and start that run, and then we can also see here that we've got the controls here for my playlist, 2 steps just by using my voice. Let's talk about pricing. So the Galaxy Watch 8, the 40 millimeter right now on Samsung's website is priced at $349. The 44 millimeter is priced at $379. You can get the LTE version of these watches for $50 more. Because they've come out with the 8, the 7 has now been reduced in price. You can get the 40 millimeter right now on Samsung's website for $209. You can get the 44 millimeter at $239. $50 more will get you the LTE version of the watch as well. So I'm interested to know which one of these watches are you choosing, or do you have the 7 and you're going to be upgrading to the 8? Let me know down in the comments section below. What do you guys think of the redesign of the 8? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. I like the redesign. I wish they didn't have to change the watch band, making us all buy more bands. I guess I can see why they did that. Still not a huge fan of that, but I do like the Squircle design. I think it gives it more of a premium look. Hey, if you enjoyed this video or if it helped you out, take a second, please smash that like button, as I greatly appreciate it. It helps out this video, this channel, and more. I do weekly videos on this channel. If you want to see the unboxing of either the 7 or the 8, I've done those videos. Those will be linked down in the description or at the end of this video. And I plan on doing more videos here on tutorials and tips for the Galaxy Watch 8. So hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss any of my future videos. My name is Jeff, and here on Tinker Forward, I do appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you in the next video.